Hello guys, welcome to my free training where I will explain how to start YouTube automation. This is an updated step-by-step guide for building a real profitable faceless YouTube business in 2026. This is a complete beginner's guide, and I will teach you a slightly different approach on how to monetize your channel through YouTube automation, something that no one seems to be talking about. Let's quickly go over what this video is about. This free course is built on 4 critical pillars designed to turn you from a beginner into a pro. First, we're going to look at why most people fail. I'll walk you through my personal journey, showing you the exact pitfalls and mistakes I made so you can avoid them completely. In the second pillar of this video, we'll dive into what YouTube automation actually is and why YouTube automation is a game changer, but only if you do it the correct way. I'm going to show you how smart YouTube automation works and what you shouldn't do when trying to automate your channel. In the third pillar of this video, I will bring you with me through your full video production blueprint. This is an A to Z guide, giving you my step-by-step workflow from the initial idea and script to generating the video with essential tools, all the way to uploading and optimization. Besides that, I will briefly go over how to set up your channel, including a few key settings you need to adjust before you start publishing your videos. And finally, we'll get to the most important part, finding your niche, monetization, scaling your business, and basically everything that relates to revenue in your YouTube business. In the last part of the video, I will end by answering some common questions. If you have any questions left after this video, leave a comment behind, and I will do my absolute best to answer your questions. I'll also give you some absolute golden tips and unbreakable rules, including a list with the best niches and sub-niches to be in on the moment so you can turn your channel into a real business. We're talking about building a business that lasts and that also prepares you for the future of YouTube so you can create an asset that pays you for years to come. Now, let me just get straight to the point. The average person who tries YouTube automation fails. They get sucked in by some guru promising a push-button AI money machine, and they end up quitting within a month, totally burned out with nothing to show for it. Why? Because they're sold a lottery ticket. They're told to upload generic AI slop and just pray the algorithm makes them rich. But that's not a business strategy, that's just gambling with your time. This free course is designed to make sure you're in the 1% that actually succeeds, because we are going to stop gambling with your time and views and start building a real business. I'm going to show you step by step the entire blueprint for building this business around YouTube automation, one profitable, faceless YouTube channel at a time. This isn't about luck, it's about building a digital asset, and it starts right now. Let's start with who this video is for. This video is for you if you're a beginner trying to start faceless YouTube automation, but you are overwhelmed by all the conflicting information out there and you do not know what actually works in 2026. This is also for you if you have already tried to start YouTube automation, but you feel like you are doing something wrong and you're not achieving success. If you are a business trying to grow, this is also for you. So if you already have a product or service and you are looking for ways to expand, and this is especially for you if you are tired of hearing bullshit, people telling you that whatever you post, you eventually will be picked up by the algorithm and that all you have to do is keep pushing through. If hard work alone made people successful, all construction workers and farmers would be rich and financially free. By the way, I know I spelt business wrong there. Don't flame me. If you're hoping for a copy-paste shortcut, a magic AI tool, or a set and forget channel that prints money while you do nothing, this is not for you. This course is for people who are ready to show up consistently, test, fail, adjust, and actually build a real YouTube system step by step. And I am here to make that journey as easy as possible for you by giving out as much information as I possibly can. At the end of the day, this is a real business, and a business requires effort. So let me prove this is possible by telling you my story. My own journey started back in 2019. I was just a young guy, uploading random gaming and football videos with no real strategy. Fast forward to today, and while I'm still a young man, I've now got a hell of a lot of experience and am successful on multiple channels. For the longest time, I was what I call an algorithm slave. I was doing everything you're told to do, grinding out videos on random trending topics, experimenting with different faceless ideas, and just uploading constantly, begging the YouTube algorithm to notice me and save me from my daily life. And the result? Absolute buns. I was burning out, wasting months chasing trends and getting, again, basically 0 views. The change happened when I stopped treating YouTube like a content mill and started treating it like a digital asset. I had to shift my entire mindset from being a gambler for views to becoming someone who works with a systemized plan. Think about it. Who just builds a house on a random plot of land and hope people show up? Who just creates a random channel with no plan and hope they get noticed? Before you start your channel, you should scout the location first. Analyze the neighborhood, the demand, and the potential for growth. That's what I started doing. I began using efficient AI tools, and I wasn't guessing what topics and niches might work anymore. I was scanning the data, identifying profitable niches with high interest and low competition, and I started mapping out my competitors. I ditched hope for hard data. Then I stopped building every single video by hand. A scalable business uses blueprints and systems, right? So I built a factory for my content using a combination of AI assisted tools for scripting and high quality videos. My workflow became a system. No face, just systems. This is how you eventually scale. And only then, after years of work, I finally started selling products. I truly regret not thinking about this earlier, because just the thought of the amount of revenue I possibly missed out on really makes me punch myself. And let me immediately introduce you to my approach on YouTube automation. The secret is to sell products through your channel, preferably affiliate products if you are a beginner. That's where the real revenue is made. The result? My channel started hitting not only hundreds of thousands of views per month, but also generating real, predictable revenue. The strategy was sealed. Chasing views is simply not the right way to approach YouTube automation. It's all about making your views be worth the most amount of revenue. That is the difference between being a slave to the algorithm and actually owning your own YouTube automation business. All right, welcome to the second pillar of the video. In the last section, we made the necessary mindset shift, acknowledging that we are building digital real estate. We stopped thinking like an algorithm slave, and we established that we're not just making videos, we're developing an actual business that generates real revenue. Quick disclaimer, this content is for educational purposes. This isn't personalized financial, business, or legal advice. Always do your own research and consider your own situation before acting on anything shown in this video. It is a breakdown of strategies, systems, and tools used. There are no guaranteed views, subscribers, sponsorships, or income from applying what you learn here. Nothing in this video is a claim of success or earnings. Only the promise that after this video, your odds of doing so will dramatically increase. So if our goal is to build digital real estate, what is the vehicle that gets us there? That vehicle is what I call smart YouTube automation. But before we dive into the strategy, I want to clarify what YouTube automation actually is, and more importantly, what smart YouTube automation means. In its simplest form, YouTube automation is running a channel supported by AI-assisted tools. It allows you to create content efficiently without necessarily being the one behind the camera for every single step. However, there is a big difference between just automating and being smart about it. Smart YouTube automation is about using those AI tools in a way that YouTube actually supports. We aren't here to simply reproduce or re-upload existing videos. We are here to add genuine value to the platform. By using AI to enhance our research, scripting, and editing, we create original content that respects YouTube's guidelines and keeps your channel safe for the long term. But here's the most important shift in my approach. It's not just about getting the highest amount of views. In the world of smart YouTube automation, we focus on the highest amount of revenue per view. We do this by integrating products and using affiliate marketing, especially if you are a beginner. It's about building your own business, not about building YouTube's business or chasing viral hits. I will go much deeper into these revenue strategies and how to maximize your earnings in the final pillar of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. To truly appreciate the smart approach, let's first break down the flawed strategy that almost everyone else is using. The common advice is to pick a popular niche, pump out as much content as possible, and focus all your energy on getting views to eventually make money from AdSense. The problem is, most people wrongly assume that more views automatically equals more money. This strategy often leads to a long, frustrating wait to meet YouTube's monetization requirements, and even then, the ad revenue can be disappointingly low. Besides that, the market is flooded with creators using a deeply flawed strategy. They use AI to simply recreate or reproduce existing content, providing zero actual value to the viewer. They think they can just copy-paste their way to success, but here is the reality. YouTube is smarter than that. According to YouTube's guidelines, you cannot get monetized on a channel that doesn't add original value to the platform. If you're just churning out low-quality, AI-generated noise that people have seen 1,000 times before, you're wasting your time. You will hit a wall where monetization is denied. In the worst-case scenario, if you are consistently using other people's content without transforming it, you're looking at copyright strikes. And as many of you know, 3 strikes and your channel is terminated. The get-rich-quick crowd won't tell you this, but building a sustainable business requires more than just reproduction. It requires a smart, value-driven approach. And just a quick side note, YouTube Shorts automation has been trending on social media lately. So just for the people who are looking into that, I will give my honest opinion on what I think about it. I think shorts are good for discovery, so they are great for attracting new diverse audiences to your channel. However, starting a channel based entirely on shorts is a flawed strategy. The ad revenue is low and can get really low depending on your niche, and it is significantly harder to convert a shorts viewer into a paying customer for your products. That is why I always recommend focusing on long form content. It's the only way to build a sustainable business with high profit margins and a truly engaged audience. You also rely less on views. I've hinted at this earlier, but I want to stop and really emphasize this point because I'm one of the very few people telling you this. Forget about waiting for AdSense. You need to monetize your channel from day one. By selling products immediately, you create a revenue generating model before you even have a massive following. For beginners, the absolute best way to do this is through affiliate marketing. It allows you to sell proven products without upfront time, effort, or capital required to create your own. Just make sure that the affiliate products match with your target audience's interests. This shift in strategy makes you far less dependent on your view count and far more focused on your bottom line. Build the business first and let the views follow. The difference between a failed channel and a successful one comes down to the system. Lazy automation is about avoiding work. Smart automation is about systemizing work. For example, a lazy automator might copy the content of others through AI tools, including script and the design of the video, providing zero value to the platform. The smart automator, however, uses an AI-assisted tool as part of a larger production system. They might use a platform like TubeMagic to help generate script ideas, analyze top-performing videos for inspiration, or draft initial templates. But that's when you step in as the creator. You, the human, provide the detailed brief, you edit the draft, you inject the unique perspective, and you ensure the final blueprint is sound and valuable. AI tools aren't supposed to replace the creator, they should empower you. This is the fundamental difference that will determine your success. And that is exactly what we're going to do in the next part. Now that you fully understand smart automation and you recognize the enemy, lazy automation, it's time to lay the first brick. We're moving from the what to the how. In the next section, we will begin building our content factory piece by piece. I'm going to give you all information needed on how you will be able to create the videos of your desire. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Guys, this is great, but we're making a big jump here from explaining what smart automation is to making the videos, and you probably don't even have a niche yet, or maybe you didn't set up your channel. Don't worry, I've got you covered. In a moment, I will briefly guide you how to set up your channel with some key settings you need to adjust before uploading. And in the last pillar of this video, I will tell you exactly how to find your niche, including a part where I will give you a full list of all niches that I know with their matching CPM, which is the amount advertisers are willing to pay per 1,000 views. For the ease of the video, I'm going to opt out for a moment so we can dive straight into the practical walkthrough without any distractions. All right, welcome to the third pillar of this video. In the last pillar, we defined smart automation in a way so that you fully understand what we are working on. Now, it's time to get our hands dirty. This is the most practical part of the course. We're moving from theory to action. It's time to actually build your channel and videos. In a moment, I will guide you step by step through my entire video creation process. But before we get to the creation of your videos, I will briefly go over the absolute basics of setting up your channel. After that, I will show you some settings you can adjust so your channel is ready to take off before you even started posting. Let's start with your profile. So for your channel name, I advise to keep it simple. This way people don't have the problem of forgetting your channel name. You should also keep it in the same style as your niche. For example, if your channel is about horror stories, I personally wouldn't call my channel Daddy's Daily Life. Now it is time for the description. Here you should give a short summary of what your channel is generally about. You can really just ask any AI chatbot for this. And of course, create a profile picture and banner also. For this, you can use Canva to design your own, or you can, again, let AI generate an image for you. For this, I recommend Nano Banana Pro. Make sure the profile picture and the banner match each other in style and looks, and don't put too much detail in your profile picture. Just keep it simple. But that's basically it for the absolute basics. So let's get to a few settings that are important to adjust before uploading. The first thing we should get to are the channel tags. First, go to YouTube Studio. You can see your settings in the bottom left corner of your screen. Click on that and go to Channel. Under Basic Info, you will see your channel tags. If you just want tags immediately created for you, you can use rapid tags for this, but if you do it yourself, just type in the tags describing what your channel is about. Second, I want you to head over to Upload Defaults. Here you can fill in a title, description, and tags that will be automatically filled in for each video. Leave the title empty as this is different for each video, but for the description, I recommend to have a standard call to action to subscribe, a link to whatever product you are selling, or a link to another video that's related to your video. Also for the tags, you can put some basic tags targeting your channel and niche that you can use for all videos. Just keep it at a few tags so you have enough room for other tags under the videos. The next thing I want you to do is to come to Advanced Settings under Channel and turn on Automatic Dubbing for all languages. This way you can get discovered by a broader audience than just the people speaking whatever language you are talking in, because YouTube automatically translates your videos to whatever language your viewer is watching in. So now your channel is completely ready before you even made your first video. Just don't forget to hit save so all your changes will be saved. Now it is actually time to get to the production of our videos. This is the system to create your videos from start to finish. It consists of 5 crucial steps that will help you build the perfect video. First, we'll start with research and the video idea. This is about finding your video idea. Without a good video idea, your video will probably flop, even if all the other steps are executed flawlessly. The second step is the script. Right for retention, this is where you optimize your video before you even start recording. In the third step, we'll actually get to the video production, turn your script into a video. The video production is mainly about the voice and visuals of your video. The fourth step is making your thumbnail. The thumbnail is your storefront. If your audience doesn't click, the rest of your work doesn't matter. The last step is the final push. This is where we upload and optimize so your video has all the perfected details your video needs before and after hitting publish. The first step is video idea and research. This is the first phase where we design the blueprint for our video. To find your video idea, you don't need to guess what might work. You need to model what's already proven to be successful. The first option to find your video idea is through a tool like TubeMagic. If you click on the Tools button and go to Keyword Research, you can type in a few general words about what you want to make a video about. TubeMagic will give you keywords with the highest search volume and lowest competition, aka keywords that are ready to go viral. All you have to do after that is copy that keyword and paste it into the YouTube search bar to find video ideas you can recreate. The second option is to find video ideas manually without the help of the tool. You still shouldn't try to come up with original video ideas. Just look in your niche at what videos have already gotten a lot of views and model those ideas. If you want to step up your game, you can choose 2 separate successful video ideas in your niche and combine them. Whether you are using the first or the second option for finding your video ideas, as a golden tip, I suggest you to apply this video combination strategy either way. For example, in one of my first channels in the ancient human history niche, I came across a video about the entire history of human civilizations. Later, I found another video about the deadliest epidemics in human history. I decided to combine them into one viral idea: history of humanity through its worst apocalypses. That video went really viral for my standards back then. Now you have a viral video idea, but you do not have the actual title yet. It is important to have a good title with searchable keywords so YouTube can get a better read on your video and reach your target audience. For the title, you can again let TubeMagic generate it for you. If you aren't using the tool, your other option is to simply recreate the title format of similar successful videos you found during your research. Just don't literally copy the title. So when you have the video idea and title, it's time to start writing your script. Instead of staring at a blank document, I open up TubeMagic. I find a few top performing videos on the same topic, videos that are already getting the views I want. I take their links and paste them directly into the tool. This is where the magic happens. TubeMagic lets you input links to these top performing videos, and its AI gets to work, analyzing what made them successful. It doesn't just copy them, it extracts the best and core elements to structure your script and uses the most advanced technology out there to deconstruct their hook, the key points, the pacing, and the conclusion, and translate them into a completely new and original script that YouTube is completely fine with. You also get the option, the Choose for Claude Witch is the absolute best script writer right now. I still recommend to always check your script, whether you're using TubeMagic or any other tool, just to make sure it all makes sense. In moments, the tool provides a complete script. Based on those proven elements, this tool is a great asset for creating content you know people want to watch. You're no longer guessing, you're building your unique content on a framework that you know already works. And just like that, you've gone from a simple idea to a structured script, ready for you to fill in with your own personality and style. This is how you ensure that the content you're about to pour hours into has the best possible chance of succeeding before you even hit record. Once you have your script, it's time to construct the actual video. There are three main paths you can take depending on the style of your channel. You need to choose for yourself what method you want to use. I recommend doing what the majority of people in your niche are already doing. This helps you align with what your target audience expects and is used to watching. As you can see here, there are three main options you can choose for the production of your video: screen records, stock footage, and as last, I will reveal a very efficient method for creating videos that is perfect for beginners. But first things first, so let's start with method one, which I like to call the AI avatar workflow. So you might ask, wasn't the first method about screen records? Well, let me explain. As YouTube evolves with more AI-generated content, standing out from the crowd is becoming more and more important. While using an AI avatar isn't mandatory, I strongly recommend it. It allows you to differentiate yourself from the rest, and more importantly, it builds a real relationship of trust with your audience. When people feel a connection to a face, even an AI one, they're far more likely to trust your recommendations, which allows you to sell your products much more efficiently. This method is perfect for channels where you want a consistent character or face of the brand without ever showing your own. This is the reason why I like to call this the AI avatar workflow. But let's get back to how to generate these videos. If you want to make screen recordings, you can use the free tool OBS. But how do you create an AI avatar? The first step is generating your character using Nano Pro, which is integrated into platforms like Higgsfield or OpenArt. Nano is currently the best image generator out there. Once you have your character generated, you upload it to either Infinite Talk or HeyGen to bring it to life. Now, if you're on a budget, Infinite Talk is the cheaper option. It has fewer features within the platform itself compared to HeyGen, but when it comes to the actual quality of animating your character, it does the exact same job. However, I recently found a massive shortcut. The version Nano 2, which is a similar high-end version of Nano Pro, is actually used in Google Gemini. This means you get access to the best AI image generators in the world for completely free. Keep in mind, using it through Gemini is free, but it doesn't have all the advanced fine-tuning features you get in dedicated platforms like Higgsfield or OpenArt. But for creating a high-quality character to start with, it's really good. By doing this, you can have your AI avatar pop up over your screen records, or you can even place it over a green screen background that you key out later for a more professional look. This gives you a ton of flexibility in how you present your content. And just saying, on this channel, I will be giving out as much information and content as possible about how to automate your channel and anything about how to improve your YouTube channel. Expect me to also post a lot of tutorials so you can visually see how to do these kinds of things. So if that sounds interesting to you, feel free to subscribe. If an AI avatar isn't for you, or if the majority of your niche simply uses stock footage, you can still create incredibly cinematic videos using high-quality stock footage. By using a service like Storyblocks, you get access to a massive library of professional clips that give your channel a high-end feel. To bring those visuals to life, you'll need a hyper-realistic voiceover. Tools like 11 Labs generate audio that is indistinguishable from humans. My pro tip: stay away from the default voices everyone else is using. If you use original voices or take the time to clone your own voice by speaking into a mic, you'll stand out instantly. Once you have your voice and video ready, it's time for the final step. For most creators, CapCut is the perfect tool to stitch everything together. However, if you're on a Mac and want a solid free option, iMovie still does the job perfectly. This is a simple, proven stack for creating high-quality faceless content without ever showing your face. But what if you don't want to do any of that? What if you just want to take your script and have the video made for you? Even though I've done my best to make the previous methods as easy as possible, creating a video, from voiceovers and avatars to editing, can still be time-consuming, especially if you're just starting out. But what if you didn't have to worry about any of that? Or you don't have the time for it? What if you could take your script and have a high-quality video made for you almost instantly that YouTube is completely fine with? This is where a platform called VidAI is changing the entire game. It's a true powerhouse for channels that thrive on visual narration. The process is incredibly simple. You take a script, like one generated from TubeMagic, and paste it directly into VidAI. From there, the AI automatically handles everything from start to finish, packing your video with compelling stock footage, dynamic AI visuals, and a professional voiceover. Now, I do have to mention that VidAI cannot generate an AI avatar or record screens for you. But if you're in a niche like any of the ones shown below, VidAI is the perfect tool. While it has its own script writing feature, I highly recommend sticking to TubeMagic for your scripts, as it uses the best YouTube formulas and technology. VidAI then excels at finding the right visuals to support that script, ensuring your message is both heard and seen. Imagine consolidating your entire production into a single platform. VidAI does exactly that, saving you an incredible amount of time and money. You no longer need multiple subscriptions for stock footage, voiceovers, or editing software, and you don't need expensive freelancers. It streamlines the whole workflow, freeing you up to focus on creating more content. All you have to do is copy your TubeMagic script, paste it into VidAI, and it will generate an original video that YouTube is completely fine with. Your video is the property, but the thumbnail is the storefront that gets people inside. A bad thumbnail will kill a great video. For creating high click-through rate thumbnails, the best tool available is Nano Banana Pro, which is integrated into platforms like Higgsfield or OpenArt. It's specifically designed to generate professional thumbnails with great features like text rendering and combining different elements in a thumbnail. Now, like I mentioned before, Google Gemini actually uses Nano Banana 2. This gives you access to that same elite image generation for free. It doesn't have all the advanced fine-tuning features you get in Higgsfield or OpenArt, but for a high-quality base image, it's great, especially since it's free. Keep in mind that on the free version of Gemini, you are limited to 20 image generations per day, which should be enough for creating and trying to fine-tune a thumbnail. But just in case you hit that limit, TubeMagic also has a built-in thumbnail generator that is great for beginners. Alternatively, you can always use Canva, which is completely free. You've finished editing and have a digital asset ready to share with the world. However, the final step, uploading, is where many creators miss an important step. They can produce a great video, but have it go unnoticed. Simply uploading your video is only part of the process. Without an effective title, description, and tags, the YouTube algorithm may not understand who to show your video to. This can be compared to building a shop but not putting up a sign. Today, we'll cover a method for optimizing your video's metadata to help it get discovered. All right, let's get straight to it. The mistake that separates pros from amateurs is this: never publish your video right away. The very first thing you should do is upload your finished video to YouTube, but set its visibility to either unlisted or scheduled. This gives not only you a private window of opportunity to optimize everything behind the scenes before it goes live, but it also gives YouTube the space to fully process and analyze your video before launch. This way, YouTube has a better read on your video and can promote it to the right audience. Another thing that can happen is that YouTube sometimes drops your video quality if you immediately hit publish. So that's that. But let's get back to optimizing. Instead of guessing which keywords will work, I use a tool called VidEQ. Once you install their free extension, it integrates directly into your YouTube upload page. From there, VidEQ's AI analyzes your video and provides catchy, keyword-rich titles, descriptions, and tags in less than a minute. This replaces hours of manual research with data-driven precision. However, in 2026, tags don't matter as much as they used to. You can easily use free alternatives like ChatGPT to write your tags and SEO-optimized descriptions, or use TubeMagic's Warp Upload Optimizer, which handles most of this work for you. I still recommend VidEQ's free extension simply for the deep insights it gives you on the platform itself. For the perfect description, I also advise you to use timestamps. This helps YouTube index your video properly. To prevent viewers from skipping too much, be strategic. Don't reveal everything. Use labels like Section 1 or Section 2 to keep them curious while still giving the algorithm the data it needs. Once your metadata is ready, just copy-paste the AI-generated title, description, and tags. Switch your video from unlisted to public, and hit publish. Your video's metadata is now fully optimized. Now you know exactly how to create your videos from start to finish, and it's time to get to the next pillar of the video. In the final pillar of this course, we're turning this production factory into a real business by connecting your assets to revenue. I'll give you a 90-day action plan and my personal list of high payout niches. Your journey is now truly underway. I'll see you in the next part. In the previous pillar, we walked through the entire production process, turning a raw idea into a polished, high-quality video. Now that your digital asset is ready for the world, it's time for the final phase, transforming your channel into a consistent income-generating model. We're going to start by picking the perfect niche for your business. Once that's set, I'll provide you with a 90-day action plan to keep your schedule organized and your growth consistent. After that, I'll show you exactly how to scale both your channel and your revenue, followed by a breakdown of the most common questions you'll face along the way. With that said, let's begin. So, you're ready to build a YouTube automation system, but you're stuck on what it should be about. You know a good niche is the key, but which idea is the right idea? The secret is finding a topic that meets three core criteria. This isn't just about following your passion, it's about finding where your interests overlap with what the market is willing to pay for. The first criterion is a high CPM. This is the amount advertisers pay for every 1,000 views. In a moment, I'll put on a slide with niches with the highest CPMs. If you choose a niche with a low CPM, you'll need a lot of views just to make a small amount of money. With a high CPM niche, you can generate a lot of income with just a fraction of the views. Second, it must be a topic where you can sell a product. Relying solely on ad revenue is a mistake. A truly successful niche allows you to integrate affiliate products, digital courses, or software. This gives you total control over your revenue. Instead of earning a few dollars per 1,000 views, you could be earning hundreds of dollars from the same amount of views. This is how you turn a channel into a business. The third criterion is that you must build a library of evergreen content. You want to create videos that stay relevant and generate views for years, not just days. If you focus on trending news or celebrity gossip, your videos will die out within the first few weeks. But if you focus on how-to guides, timeless history, or educational deep dives, your videos become valuable for years. They will work for you 24/7, generating passive income while you sleep, long after you've hit the publish button. When you find a niche that hits all three, high CPM, product potential, and evergreen value, you found a good niche. The best niches are often broad, evergreen categories where money plays a role and there is a clear problem to be solved. These are niches like money, health, technology, travel, and relationships, which also includes the massive pets and animals sub-niche. People always need solutions in these areas, and advertisers are willing to pay to reach them. In a second, I'll drop a full list of the best niches, including their average CPMs. But before I show you this list, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude. Building a YouTube channel focused on smart automation and data-driven insights takes commitment and vision. I truly appreciate that you are here on this journey to build something beautiful. If you're finding value in these insights, you can show your appreciation by hitting that subscribe button and giving this video a like. Together, we're forging a path to success. But anyway, here's my promised list of all niches that I know, filled with sub-niches where opportunity lies for you to grow. This is a long list, so feel free to pause the video and take a screenshot. Now let's talk about how to actually lock in your niche. I've just shown you a lot of niches, but picking just one can be tough. I want to be clear, this list isn't a shortcut to success. It's a map of where the highest value opportunities lie. To find the niche that fits you best, start by asking yourself three questions. Which of these topics do I find personally interesting? Do I already have some knowledge or a unique perspective here? What am I genuinely passionate enough about to stick with for the long run? This self-reflection will help you slim down your choices. Once you have a smaller list, it's time to let the data make the final decision. You're looking for the sweet spot, a niche with high search volume but relatively low competition. The best way to verify this is by using the TubeMagic keyword research tool. Simply type in your potential niches and compare the search demand against the competition scores. For even deeper intel, I also recommend the free vidIQ extension. Once installed, just search for your topic in the YouTube search bar. vidIQ will provide an automatic data tab with a competition score and search volume directly on the page. By combining your personal interest with this data-driven approach, you ensure that you aren't just building a channel, but a sustainable business. Now, let's dive into the depths of revenue and income. There are four primary revenue models that we will use. First is AdSense revenue. This is the most well-known model. Once you join the YouTube Partner Program, ads can run on your videos and you receive a share of the revenue. To be eligible, you need to meet requirements like having 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. The amount you earn is heavily tied to your niche. Content that helps people solve a painful problem or make a major decision, like finance, technology, or health, typically attracts higher paying advertisers. This model's pro is its passivity. Once set up, it generates income on views. The con is that it requires significant volume to be meaningful. Second is affiliate marketing. This is the best and fastest way to start earning, even before you're eligible for AdSense. You promote products or services relevant to your content and earn a commission when a viewer makes a purchase through your unique link. This way, it monetizes your channel directly. This is one of the best ways to actually start making significant amounts of money that no one will tell you about. Third, we have digital products. This is where you move from promoting other people's products to selling your own. This could be an ebook, a set of templates, a guide, or a mini course that provides a shortcut or deeper knowledge on the topics you discuss. The pro here is margin. You keep nearly all the revenue. The major con is the upfront effort required to create a high quality product that genuinely solves a problem for your audience. Fourth and finally, sponsorships. This is when a brand pays you to feature their product or service in your video. Brands look for channels with a clear brand identity and a highly engaged, specific audience. The pro is the potential for high-value deals. The con is that it's not scalable in the same way as other models and requires you to actively pitch and negotiate. Think of these models as a hierarchy. At the bottom is AdSense, which makes the least amount of money because you're just renting out attention. In the middle is affiliate marketing, where you leverage the trust you've built. But at the very top is selling your own product, which gives you the most control and the highest profit margins. For example, a channel with 100,000 views might make $1,000 in a month from AdSense revenue. But a channel with just 20,000 views that sells a $50 digital product could potentially earn $5,000 from that product alone if 100 people decide to buy their product, a tiny fraction of their audience, which really isn't a lot, to buy. That's excluding any AdSense revenue. You've built a successful channel and the audience is growing, but what comes next? Many creators hit a plateau, thinking the only way forward is to simply make more of the same content. But the real path to expand your business isn't just about scaling up. It's about scaling out. It's time to move from a single channel to a network of channels. So, how do you expand your reach and revenue without burning out? The answer lies in a strategic, multi-channel approach. This isn't about creating more work. It's about making your work smarter. First, let's establish your two core channels. Your primary channel is your flagship, the place where you offer your main content. Perhaps it's educational, in-depth, and this is where you sell your products. Now, we introduce your second channel. This channel exists in the same niche, but operates with a completely different style. If your main channel is educational, your second could be purely for entertainment. This dual style approach allows you to capture a different segment of the audience that shares the same core interest but prefers a different content format. The primary function of this second channel is to act as a massive traffic funnel to your main channel. You can accomplish this through a few key actions. First, use direct calls to action in your videos. Second, leverage end screens and cards to link directly to your main channel's videos and playlists. Finally, place links in your video descriptions and pinned comments. This turns your second channel into a powerful lead generator, warming up a new audience before sending them to the channel where your core business lives. For every channel you create beyond the first two, the strategy shifts to precision. These additional channels should each be focused on a single, specific sub-niche related to your main topic. For example, if your main brand is about fitness, your third channel could be exclusively about workouts for beginners, and a fourth could be entirely dedicated to high-protein meal preps. This allows you to dominate specific, low-competition keywords, attract a highly dedicated audience, and establish authority across the entire landscape of your field. This is how you scale from a creator into a media brand. Your main channel is the base, your second channel is the traffic engine, and every channel after that is for sub-niche domination. Now that you have the tools in the system, it's time to talk about execution. This is your 90-day action plan to go from zero to a functioning business. Remember, these are targets to keep you on track, so don't worry if you are slightly off schedule. The goal is progress, not perfection. Month 1 is all about your foundation and laying the first bricks. During the first 2 weeks, your focus is on selecting your primary niche and identifying about 5 to 10 sub-niches to test. This is also when you set up your channel branding. If your channel is completely new, I suggest using YouTube actively for the first 2 to 4 weeks before you post anything. This helps the algorithm recognize you as a real person and prevents your account from being flagged as a bot, which could hurt your reach later on. In weeks 3 and 4, you start producing. Aim to publish your first 8 videos at a pace of about 2 per week. At this stage, don't obsess over making every detail perfect. The most important thing is building a consistent workflow and keeping your momentum. Posting consistently sends positive signals to the algorithm and helps your videos get pushed out to the public. Month 2 is where we focus on production, data, and doubling down. From week 5 to 8, you continue publishing consistently, preferably 1 to 3 times a week. By now, you should have around 12 to 15 videos live. This is where you start reading the feedback loop. Use YouTube Studio to look at your statistics, especially your click-through rate and retention. Check your retention graphs to see exactly where people are dropping off so you can improve your editing for future videos. This is also the time to experiment with different sub-niches. Look at the data to see which topics are gaining traction and which ones are not. The market will tell you what it wants. Based on that data, you simply cut what isn't working and double down on the sub-niche that shows the most promise. Finally, month 3 is about systemizing, scaling, and monetizing. In weeks 9 to 12, you want to increase your production to 3 or more videos a week if possible. This is where your automation tools become invaluable, allowing you to scale your output without burning out. Now, you start focusing more on generating revenue. Once your first channel is up and running, you can start expanding to different channels. If you have a video that solves a complex problem, consider creating a simple digital product like a checklist or a guide to provide extra value to your audience. Keep analyzing your analytics to see which videos drive the most engagement and create more content based on those winning topics. By the end of these 90 days, you won't just have a channel, you'll have a growing business. And in the process of your whole journey, I want you to sell your affiliate products through your videos. Your journey is now truly underway. Now, before we get to the questions, you've almost reached the end of this training. This means you're left with 2 clear options. The first path is the one many creators take, doing it all yourself. This involves hours of manual research to find trends, months of trial and error to find winning ideas, and the grind of writing, editing, and designing everything from scratch. It's the traditional route. With enough persistence, it can lead to success, but it is a long, slow road through constant trial and error. Or you can choose the smart path. You can choose Tube Magic. Instead of guessing, you use a proven system that uncovers winning ideas and scripts for you. Instead of facing the entire creative process alone, you leverage the power of VidAI to streamline your workflow from script to final video in a fraction of the time. This is your way to skip the steep learning curve and focus on what matters, building a successful, monetized channel. The choice is yours. The traditional path of solo creation or the accelerated system-driven path with Tube Magic and VidAI. For those ready to build smarter, the tools to begin are waiting for you in the description. Nick, let's get to the commonly asked questions. Feel free to quickly scan through these to see if you're interested in the answer for any of these. But for the people that are about to click away because they have no interest in these questions, there's one really important question that I didn't put on this list, but is probably the most asked question out there. I'll get to that right now. The most asked question is, do I need to be an expert in my niche before I start? The short answer is no. In the traditional world of content creation, you had to spend a lot of time studying a topic to talk about it. But with the system I've shown you, that's no longer the case. In fact, you don't even need to have basic knowledge about the topic. When you use a tool like Tube Magic, you aren't starting from scratch. By pasting the links of top performing videos into Tube Magic, the system extracts the core information, the proven structure, and the key facts for you. As long as you aren't writing the scripts manually, you don't need to know a single thing about the subject to produce a world-class video. However, I do have a small recommendation. Do a bit of passive research. As you go through the process of selecting videos and generating scripts, you will automatically start to understand the topic. Use that momentum to fact-check certain things, and more importantly, to add your own personal perspective or unique angle. Even a tiny bit of your own perspective can help differentiate your channel from others. So, don't let a lack of knowledge hold you back. Let the AI handle the heavy lifting of information gathering while you focus on building the brand. Don't click away just yet because I've included several hidden golden tips and unique perspectives in these answers that I haven't mentioned anywhere else. Next question, can you still start Faceless YouTube in 2026 or is it saturated? The space is competitive in certain niches, but not always saturated with high-quality strategic content. By focusing on a specific sub-niche and solving a clear problem, you can carve out your own territory. And in some cases, saturation isn't even bad at all. Some people might disagree with this statement, but saturation means there's a lot of money flow within this niche. At the end, it is all about finding your place to grow, not about finding places no one has visited yet. Next question. How much money can you realistically make and how long does it take? This depends entirely on your niche, your strategy, and your consistency. Some creators start earning affiliate income since their first upload. While AdSense monetization can take 6 months to a year or more, There's no fixed timeline or guaranteed income. But just to put it into perspective, if your video gets 20,000 views and 100 people actually buy your product, which you get a commission of $30 from, that's already an income of $3,000 excluding AdSense. And 100 out of 20,000 is really not much. In this case, you just have to make 0.5% of your total viewers buy your product. And a quick tip that is worth gold: if your affiliate product is a software that requires your viewer to pay monthly, you'll also get a monthly commission on your viewer's subscription. This way, your revenue builds up gradually every month with the amount of viewers you turn into customers. Moving on, do you need to show your face or invest a lot of money? No, a faceless channel is a perfectly viable strategy. As for investment, you can start on the craftsman path with minimal cost, trading your time for money, but for effective scaling, I do suggest to strive for systemizing everything as much as possible. You can also do this by hiring freelancers and outsourcing your work. And some people, especially if you are young, and I have been there, try to find a way to completely systemize everything for free. Unfortunately, the world doesn't work like that. And some people also might ask, well, all these tools are quite expensive, right? Depending on what kind of content you create, you need to spend more on tools than others. But I can promise you that you won't find another business model that can possibly pay as much as YouTube automation can, relatively compared to the amounts you have to invest. I mean, take a look at YouTube a couple of years ago. You had to pay for an editor, a voice artist, a thumbnail artist, a scriptwriter, and the list goes on. You would be lucky if you had to pay less than $200 a video. Now you can create not only more, but also create better quality videos for not even half the amount of the investment. And I advise you to save a small amount of money by working a job or doing any small side hustle before you start. This way, you'll usually have more than enough money to afford the investment, even when you are still young. Next question: what tools should beginners actually start with? Focus on the essentials first. Just a scriptwriter and a tool to help generate your videos is enough to start with. The rest comes later. Next question: what if I have a full-time job or I'm busy with school or college? Is this still realistic? Yes, but it requires discipline. This is why building a system is crucial. And guys, I've been there when I had max 1 to 2 hours a day to work on my business. And if you relate to this situation, I suggest to listen very carefully, because what I'm about to say can literally change your whole entire trajectory of your future, not only for building this business, but for any task or goal you have in mind. So what I want you to do is to spend at least 1 hour every day with 100% focus on your main task. If you are building a channel, don't waste this hour on looking into data and smaller tasks. Fully commit this hour to your main task, which for me, and probably also for you, is creating the videos. I want you to have zero distractions, so put your phone on airplane mode and focus entirely on your main task. Don't even stand up to get some food or drinks. But when should you schedule this hour? Again, here's some advice I wish I told myself earlier. I want you to immediately work this 1 hour on your task when waking up, even before breakfast or whatever you do in the morning. If you have school or work, wake up an hour earlier to make time. These are also your most productive hours of work. This hour is worth at least 3 hours of regular work, and even for the people who have more than enough time in their day, I recommend using this method. Moving to the next point: how do you find a sub-niche in a larger niche? Look for validation. Search for your potential sub-niche on YouTube and see what kind of videos exist. If you find videos with 50,000 to 100,000 views, that's a great sign. It means there's an audience, but it's not so large that it's impossible to compete, and usually there's also space to grow. Next question: should I batch create my content or create content one video at a time? If you are a beginner, my advice is to create one video at a time. The goal right now is simply to start publishing and build momentum. Once you have a workflow, transition to batch creating your videos. In the beginning, waiting to create a perfect batch can lead to demotivation and you can lose momentum. Next question: how do you set up affiliate links properly? Go to the website of the software or product you want to promote. They usually have a section called Affiliate Partner or Ambassador, often in the footer of the website. The links they give you are often long and messy, so I recommend using a tool like Rebrandly to create a shorter custom link. This also allows you to change the destination link in one place if it ever gets updated. You can find your affiliate product on a platform like Digistore24 and ClickBank, but asking a chatbot like ChatGPT Also gives you a good affiliate product that fits your videos. Next question, how does YouTube SEO work in 2026? The fundamentals remain the same, but with some shifts. While tags have become less important, keywords in your title and description that people are actively searching for are critical. A powerful way to feed YouTube information about your video is to use timestamps in your description, as this breaks your video into chapters and provides more context. And finally, what is your multiple channel strategy? The strategy is to build channels in somewhat related niches. This allows you to send traffic from one channel to another. By doing this, you're not only growing YouTube's business by keeping people on the platform longer, but you're also keeping them within your own ecosystem of videos and in turn growing your own business. Hello and bye. I am back again, but we also have come to the end of this course, but it is the beginning of your journey. You have the mindset, the strategy, the tools, and the action plan. You understand that this is not a lottery ticket, it is the blueprint for building a digital business. If you are ready to do the uncomfortable work that others won't, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel. For those ready to build, you can find my complete tech stack, including my links for tools like VidAI and TubeMagic in the description below. Your empire awaits. I'll see you in the comments.